Hello and welcome to the world famous Eden project in mid Cornwall. Now I'm driving up from southwest Cornwall back up to London, and I thought I'd call in here for a few hours because it's Sunday, and as you can see the weather's not particularly brilliant. The site is virtually empty, which is a massive bonus, and I thought I'd make a video because of that. Usually this place is heaving with people, you can't move, queuing to get in, and parking's a nightmare. So with hardly anybody here, it's given me a chance to throw the camera around the site and showcase what's on offer for you when you come and visit this place, probably later on in the summer. Okay, we're going to go straight into the two huge biodomes now, the Rainforest Biome and the Mediterranean Biodome, and see what we can find in there. And then we'll have a look around the external gardens. Okay, let's go. A quick advisory about this video. In 20 short minutes, I'm not going to be able to give you an in-depth guide to the whole Eden project. It's far too large. Rather, what I'm seeking to do is give you a more immersive, and if you've got it 4K, visit inside the biodomes, or biomes as Eden calls them. There are two biome environments, the rainforest and the Mediterranean environment. And these are accessed via a link/admin building. Using the official site map as a guide, here's a quick overview of what we're going to achieve in this video. Firstly, we're going to have a very brief look at the outdoor biome, or the outdoor gardens or grounds, whatever you want to call them. Then we're going to go into the rainforest biome, the Mediterranean biome, and finally we're going to take the briefest of looks at the core building. What I'm not covering in this video, which you can probably find elsewhere on YouTube, are the car parking arrangements, the youth hostel, the activities, or the visitor centre. They're boring and it's simply not time in the video. Right then, let's get this tour underway. So here we are looking down towards the biomes from the zigzag path near the visitor centre. As you probably already know, the Eden project is actually a reclaimed open cast mine workings that was extensively refurbished and landscaped, opening in the year 2001. The outdoor biome, or outdoor grounds, whatever you prefer, is 13 hectares in size, and it will take you a good hour and a half to properly explore. The plant life, obviously, is temperate climate plant life, but there are also numerous educational boards around the various themed displays. Throughout the grounds there are also artwork sculptures that add to your interest. In good weather, you'll find it a valuable and enjoyable experience. Unfortunately, as you can see today, my weather wasn't fantastic, so I'm going to head immediately indoors towards the biomes. Okay, I'm not going to spend much more time on the outdoor biome. What we came here to do is look at the artificial climates. So, if you haven't done so already, I suggest you put your headphones on, crank up your volume, and make sure your settings are at 4K. You'll have a much more immersive experience from this point onwards. So going past the giant and slightly worrying bumblebee, we're going to head towards the Link building, which is an admin building and an interface between the two artificial climates. In here you'll find a cafe, gift shop, toilets, and there's also a cool zone between the two hot areas. I'm going to stop talking now, and I'm going to do everything by subtitles, so you can listen to the ambience inside the biomes. So that was the Rainforest Biome, a very quick tour anyway. I thought the rainforest was absolutely excellent. I spent about 2 hours in here in total. Of course, in my previous life, I've actually spent time in the Malaysian and Bruneian jungle. But I can assure you this place really captures the feel, the sounds, the smell, the sweaty temperature and the view of a real rainforest. Probably the only place in the UK that does. Be warned though, it is quite warm in here, and even on a cool day it was about 30 degrees. There is a cool room in which you can cool down, but do what I do. Just go out to Link Building, have a cool drink in the cafe, and then come back for another session. Right, we move on now to the Mediterranean biodome next door. Same production rules apply. As soon as we get inside the biodome, I'm not going to talk. I'll do everything by subtitle until we get out.
And that was the Mediterranean biodome. My thoughts? Well, I found a bit of an anticlimax after visiting the really immersive rainforest, but there's nothing wrong with it. It is really authentic, and you'll find actually coming out of a 30 degrees rainforest going into the Mediterranean climate, it actually feels a bit chilly, even though it's about 20 degrees in there. Imagine it's a bit warmer when the sun's out on the BioDomes. But the cafe, the Med Terrace, does really authentic Mediterranean food, and you can have quite an authentic Mediterranean dining experience in there. No, I'm not criticising the Mediterranean biome. I really enjoyed it, but I still think the rainforest is vastly better. So we're going to move on now and look at our last site of the Eden complex, the core building. The core building isn't a biome, it's a event display building. Architecturally it's stunning, and it's currently housing the Invisible Worlds exhibition, which has been there for a few years now. But inside it's really disappointing. So majority of the floor space is taken up with this interactive sculpture. If you can't guess, it's a microbe. Yeah, not impressive at all, is it? The smoke rings are supposed to simulate oxygen molecules being generated. Yeah, the kids love it, but what a waste of space. The second half of the building is taken up with yet another sculpture, this time of a seed. Again, I get it, it's sculpturally quite interesting, but I'm here for the scientific, biological side of it. Not numerous sculptures, however arty and impressive they are. Again, the kids do love it because of the acoustics in this room, but I do think, again, it's a bit of a waste of space. So I'm getting a bit disappointed. I came here to look up microbes and invisible worlds as advertised. Apparently the seed sculpture weighs more than a single monolith from Stonehenge. Yeah, it's quite interesting, but yeah, I'm not impressed at all. The top half of the building, which leads to an elevator which should take you back up to the car parks, is a cafe. Again, kind of symbolic for this building. The cafe is closed. There's an outdoor terrace which for some bizarre reason is fenced off, and it just kind of seems abandoned, to be honest with you. There's a few specimen jars of plants, but that's it. I was expecting, and I would expect, the Eden project to have something along the lines of the Science Museum. The interactive displays are not engaging at all, and they won't hold the interest of kids, let alone adults. It just seems that either the Eden project ran out of money or ran out of interest when filling this building. I think it's a disappointment, and the only downside to the Eden project.
Okay, so that's the Eden project done and dusted. 4 hours for me, about 15-20 minutes for you on YouTube. Hope you enjoyed the video, hope it was worthwhile, hope you've got something out of it, and I hope I've tempted you to come and visit the Eden project. Big tip from the top, come here when it's quiet. Weekday, early in the morning. Once it starts to get busy, it can be a bit unbearable with hordes of screaming kids if you're trying to look at things in slow time. There's plenty for kids to do here if you want to come on a school holiday, the activity centre, the rides and so on. But if you want to come and look at the biodomes, the plant life, the more scientific side of it, come here when it's quiet. I've had quite a good day today. It's been quite peaceful on a Sunday. Once the holiday season gets underway in the summer, it's going to be absolutely heaving here. Do pick your times well. Right, that's all for today. As ever, like the video please if you got something out of it. It helps me out with the algorithm, and it'll also feed this into other people's timelines and they get to watch it as well. I'll put some videos up at the end that might interest you from my channel. Thanks anyway for staying with me. Bye now.